Hello, and thank you everyone for joining the Houston Business Showcase Drip Zone. We're glad to have you. We have a special guest with us today, and we're very excited because what this platform does is that we showcase business owners and entrepreneurs like you who are watching, because we realize that 70% of the entrepreneurs and small business owners sustain the ecosystem. So, hey, listen, I want you to tune in. We have a very special guest, and what she's going to share with us is how you don't quit, how you can overcome, how no matter what the odds are, no matter what the majority says, what really matters is what you believe and what you think. And I'm very excited to have her to be a part of this show. And listen, don't touch the deal. Subscribe, smash that subscribe button right now. Invite your friends to view this because this is going to be invigorating. That's going to empower you. Hey, welcome my guest, Miss Mia Boss, who's with us today. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Hi y'all. How
Yeah,
y'all doing?
yeah, that's what's up. So Mia is the owner of the Mia Boss Bling Out Caps, and I met her a couple of weeks ago, and it was very exciting seeing you and meeting you and knowing your story, which you're going to share with the world today, about your tenacity, your fortitude, your ambition, your drive. So Mia, just kind of share with us, who are you? Who you want them to know? I mean, where you from? Are you from Houston?
I'm from Houston, Texas, H-Town.
All right.
H-Town, Texas. I grew up in the northeast side of town.
Yeah.
And been here my whole life.
Been there your whole life. And who's your high school alma mater?
Uh, Barbara Jordan.
Barbara Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, you had to be smart to
Jaguars.
go to Barbara Jordan.
Exactly.
So I mean, hey, listen, I mean that's awesome. I remember when Barbara Jordan first opened. I didn't know what was happening with the school system, but that I think during Barbara Jordan they was offering something like medical training and technology and other things like that, right?
Yes, actually, when you leave school early and actually go to work, what they call them?
I think that during that time it was called the VOE program.
Yes,
Yeah.
so they had programs with the city of Houston, and a lot of people are still there. So a lot of people started working there in high school.
I'm glad you mentioned that the educational system has really changed a lot, and I appreciate Barbara Jordan school because everyone is not collegiate or higher education or college desire to go to college, right?
All right.
Some people are just good with their hands. They're good with on the job training and technology, HVAC, air
Right.
conditioning, mechanic. And during
Yes.
that time when I was in school, we used to have wood shop and we used to have mechanic shop and we used to have dry cleaning, right? And
Yes.
actually, that course alone helped me stay keep my feet on the ground because my mother encouraged me to understand how important it was to not get in trouble, and if I did, um, she was going to leave me there, and once I got out, she was going to beat me down. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, so talk about how that, what that instilled in you to have that ambition of work. Cause it sound like you worked at a young age.
Yes, well, for me, just starting out, like it seemed like I pretty much got everything in school. I was kind of, smart, loved math. I competed in math competitions and different things, and so I ended up going to a magnet school, and I didn't get the job placement with the VOP program that you talked about, but I actually my first job was with the portrait studio. So I started off there and just I kind of excelled at everything. So I was happy just to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Going to Barbara Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, and math was not my favorite course, right?
Yes.
But it's interesting to know that there are people in our community who do love math,
Yes.
and are good at it, right?
Right.
But so it kind of takes me back to when I was young. So I realized when I was younger I didn't realize at the time when I was younger that I was an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
But as I look back now, I realized that my journey displayed that I was an entrepreneur.
Right.
Because I used to get soda bottles and I used to clean them up and I used to put them in a red wagon and I used to take them to the store and exchange them for money.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
So that was signs of entrepreneurship. I was using resources around me to create resources, money for me, right?
Right.
It allowed me to purchase things. So I didn't know I was bartering,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
At that time, nobody in my community knew I was bartering. So what was it? When was that moment, that epic moment that helped you realize as you look back now of your journey, good or bad, right? That has shaped you to be this entrepreneur, this boss, Mill Moss, the boss, and go into business for yourself?
Well, it really didn't. Well, the seed was planted. I'm gonna say that. My grandmother, she had us in the front yard selling watermelons, and just all kind of different things. But I'm gonna say at the age of 14, 15, my uncle and my dad he was kind of known around Houston as Hustle Man.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, he sold watches, has anything.
Sure.
He had everything. But what gave I saw my uncle that I grew up with. I was raised by my grandmother, so I saw my uncle, and um he actually went to work every day. He was the person that I looked up to. And I mean, at the age of 18, he was working for Popeyes,
Mm-hmm.
and he had an accident and his fingers, got cut off. And he ended up getting a settlement, but he always had a nice car. He dressed, and he went into a security business, and he drove up to the house with an Audi. And I was like, this is what I want to live a life. He used to buy me herringbones and the latest tennis shoes and everything that was coming out.
Yeah.
So just him working and getting up every day, regardless of what happened to him,
Sure.
that showed me this is I want to live this lifestyle.
Sure.
I don't want to I don't want to struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very powerful right there. So many times people um um have challenges. Life be lifing, right? And no matter what the oppositions are, my takeaway from that is you still have the faith and the will
Right.
to keep going, to keep getting up. I heard something very interesting the other day that really I thought was powerful when it talked about Rocky against Apollo Creed. And I think this is powerful enough for to share with the audience. And then after this, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. I want you to smash, subscribe, get your friends to subscribe and join in right now to this conversation because it's going to get greater later. So listen, what I recognize, what the gentleman said was Rocky didn't have the skills as Apollo Creed had, right? He didn't have the footwork, he didn't have the quick hands, but he had heart.
That's right.
And no matter how many times he kept getting knocked down, he kept getting up.
Right.
And the powerful irony of that is if you get up enough times after being knocked down by life, you will eventually intimidate your opponent who's knocking you down.
Right.
And so I just want to say, watching your uncle gave you that inspiration and that seed that grown and manifested within you to have that get up tenacity.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been a follower. I've always been a leader. Even in my bad decisions, I think I just took the leader position because it's hard following.
Yeah.
It's people that follow. I'm not gonna say that I view them differently. Leadership skills is an amazing thing to have. It just takes you further, and people follow you and you find that you have a gift of just, whether it's friendship, whether it's, they're looking up to you to do the right thing. So regardless of how you fall, when you possess that leader spirit, I think people follow it.
Yeah, yeah, man, you dropping a whole lot of gems. You said some major things about being a leader, and sometimes leadership means being alone, right?
Right.
Because you're separating yourself apart from the majority and you're becoming the minority. And I like what you said, which was so rich and so dope when you mentioned the fact that you wanted to be a leader and you took on the role of leadership because you could own your mistakes.
Yes. And I've had to own a lot of
Yes, yes. On that note, listen, hit the
them.
subscribe button. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll come right back to you. Out to 500 Fortune Business Marketing and Consulting. We want to introduce their book, The Real Power Behind Social Media Marketing. If you're interested in how to build your email list using contests on Facebook or how to optimize your Facebook ads and increase your ROI, subscribe at the end of the show. Um, Appointed to do something different than what your environment say you're supposed to do, right? And a lot of times in our community, we don't have resources that can instruct us and guide us with how to start a business, about credit scores, the power and importance of having a FICO score. I know when I first heard the term, I thought FICO was a disease, right? And then not only that, when I did get a decent score, I thought it was time for me to ball because I wanted to dress, impress.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, I want to ride in style, right? And I thought that was living life. I thought that was success. And it was not complete success. I mean, there were the results of positive things happening, but it wasn't really success because I didn't learn the power of investment. I didn't learn the power of how to leverage my credit to give me a seat at the table to do business deals. I didn't learn how important it was to save 10%, pay 10% to God, and then pay my bills with 80%. Because what we do many times in our community, we buy what we want and we beg for what we need. And so you said something very powerful, I think, about your environment. And if you want to touch on that a little bit, please share uh, with us what that's like.
Right. So when you okay, if you're not in a house where they're teaching it to you, who's telling you? You only going from what you see. So just growing up in the crack era, my mom and my dad was addicted. So my grandmother raised me. So I mean, you learn things that you're not supposed to learn.
Yeah.
And I mean, we find ourselves blaming our parents. Don't get me wrong. As you get to live in life, you see that life is life. You can't even hold their mistakes over their head because they were only struggling, trying to maintain, keep a clear mind space just to do the right thing. And
Yeah.
they stumble.
Right.
So, as you grow older and get to learn in life, you see that. So the era messed up a lot of people, but a lot of people came through it. My
Yeah.
dad, when he passed away in 2021, he had been sober for 35 years.
All right.
So I just think that like in these days, the kids, just a generation, have a they want to blame everybody for their failures.
Right.
And sometimes they are giving more right now. They're giving more tools to actually learn things better than we did. Exactly. They have the financial information put in front of them to get better credit scores. They have more programs. It's more money out there,
Yeah.
for them to help. Like when we didn't have it,
Right.
so we kind of created our own opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's what we have to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when I was young, I was really, my grandmother worked hard. My stepfather worked hard. My mother, she parlayed a little bit because she had a good man who supported her and whatever she wanted to do. And so she went to
Right.
Franklin Beauty School to do hair.
Downtown.
But one of the things that I saw in the community is that we had a program like a VOE program where we were allowed to leave school early and go to work. We had examples of our grandmothers and fathers and mothers too,
Right.
who worked hard and took the subclass jobs, right? So I knew, and then my step grandfather, when I was in the third grade, I think I was, maybe even younger, he used to take me out on Saturdays to unload boxcars with my hand of bricks. During that time, that's all they was building homes with. So I got introduced to working at a very young age. As I got older, I decided I didn't want to work hard. I want to work smart. And when I say that, I'm talking about work with my mind and not my
Right.
back,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so when I first experienced my entrepreneurship, was the soda bottles. Then the next time was in Jack Yates at dry cleaning, where I had a concierge service. I didn't realize it, right? I was
Right.
getting people clothes. I almost flunked out of school too, by the way, because I was making money,
Money. Right.
and it allowed me to take the burden off my grandmother. Shout out to grandmothers who've been standing in the gap for parents. Hey, we appreciate you, grandmothers. We love
Yes.
you, because without you keeping the family together, many of us would have been caught up. And going to that point, as you talk about your parents who got caught up in the cocaine era, see, that's a whole nother conversation, but that was by design,
Yes.
right? And so a lot of things filtered into our communities, and other people got rich on our addictions. You understand?
Right.
And
Right.
so, then we start talking about the criminal justice system, and we have food deserts in our communities and all these other negative dynamics in our communities, right? And people want to judge people, but the reality is, you know what? Some of us may have gotten caught up,
Mhm.
but thank God for a God who says, I see more in you and I've destined your life to be bigger and better than what you can be caught up in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are some of your experiences that really shaped your maturity, though, to give you that focus to fight and to, keep going?
Well, I have to start where in 1997 my grandmother passed,
Yeah.
and that's where everything began. Just I didn't even know how to move forward. When you lose the person that has done everything to
For
for
you.
you,
Yeah.
and just I just I felt alone. So that with her passing, that's what sent me on our journey, which I don't know if you're talking about that now, but
Yeah. Sure.
that led me to prison.
Okay.
That led me to prison, and just I couldn't I couldn't gain my ground. It's like I felt like I didn't have nobody, so I turned to doing things just to, you know,
Yeah. She was your anchor.
yes,
Yeah, she was your anchor.
yes.
Yeah, she
So
held you down 10 toes, 10 toes flat.
yes,
Yeah,
and during the journey of me being incarcerated in prison,
yeah,
um, I was raised in the church, so I just got back closer to God, and I let that help me build just my mind space.
yeah,
And prison, you can look at it as failing because most people they feel like that's rock bottom.
yeah.
But for some people, that's God brings them back to life.
Hey, let me tell you something. For those of you who want to criticize, 1 out of 3 people have gone to prison in these United States of America. And how far back you want me to go? I can go back there. Paul went to prison. All right, and other leaders who went to prison. Joseph was in prison. There were many in the biblical story that went to prison, but God still saw something in them and used them to do great things. Guess what? Martin Luther King went to prison. There are some congressmen and state reps who's gone to prison today. So you stop judging people because of their failures, their shortcomings, because I think the book says we all have sinned and come short of the glory. But thank God we do have a God. This is about to become a spiritual show. Thank God we have a God, though, that looked beyond our faults and did what I need. And you know what? As a 25-year returning citizen myself, I know the barriers that we have to deal with. Over 600,000 people or released from incarceration a year, right?
Right.
And guess what? It is one of the most unprotected class of people in these United States. Why is that? But listen, you better have something deep within. And thank God for parents and grandmothers who introduced us to the spiritual foundation,
Right.
right? The
Right.
help. One thing my grandmother told me before I was going in to do my bit was, grandson, whatever you do, don't lose your mind. And when I went there, that's what kept me and sustained me, right? And I didn't never, like yourself, we never had a life of just criminality. That was not our desire to be a professional criminal.
No.
But when your foundation is broken,
Right.
and your voice of reason is gone, and you have trauma, and there's no real community to uplift you or engage you, I mean, you just go for what you know,
Go. Yeah. Right.
you know?
That's right.
So, you know, listen, on that note, I think it's time to hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to take a break, and we want to thank Cadence Bank for allowing us this space to come here. Thank you, Cadence. And listen, if you're a business owner, or if you're just not a business owner, you're, 9 to 5, or you're an employee, listen, Cadence Bank is a great place to open up an account and have a deposit with, or do business with. I've been with them several years, and they're the one who provided this space for us today. Shout out to Cadence Bank. We thank you so much. We're going to go to a commercial break. Subscribe, hit that button right now, and we'll be right back. We want to thank our sponsor, 500 Fortune, for them launching their new book, The Real Power Behind Social Media Marketing. If you are a business, you're a business owner, you want your life back, you want your time back, you're suffering from burnout, I want you to know that you can get this book, and it will show you how you can maximize, scale, monetize your business, even create workflows, automated responders, email campaigns, SMS message campaigns, and maximize your business today. Hey, y'all, thank you, man, for hanging with us, hitting that subscribe button, invite your friends. Now we finna get into the meat and potatoes, but I like to talk about where we come from, because many times when we see success, we think people just have success osmosisly, and that's not the trait. That's not the case. People have to go through the trial, the struggle, the fire in order to shine when they get to because of their grind, right? That's a T-shirt right there. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, give me the royalty check there on that, okay?
Okay.
That intellectual property is live and popular right now, man. I'm talking about. So listen, you know, we talked about returning citizens, and we talked about them being the most unprotected class of people in the United States. And so, after applying for jobs, and the railroad and the airlines and other employment opportunities, once we disclose that we have a background, and Texas, you ought to change that, because that's not cool that you holding people accountable for 25 years. You ought to handle it like credit. 7 years, you're out of trouble. It needs to be done with. Quit, take the shackles off your people, man. So listen,
Right.
so what happens is so many barriers, right, that people go through. I'm dealing with the State Board of Insurance right now, still dealing with me on 25 years out, and they're using my background, right? So, what it forced me to do, and the Spirit spoke to me one day and said, hey, listen, you've been an entrepreneur before that experience. You've gone through a lot. You learn about business. You know a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge. Tap into that God-given creativity that I've given you, and start your own work, right?
Right.
So that's how it happened for me. That's how I got into the entrepreneur space. And really, I rather the entrepreneur space, because I love controlling my time. I love controlling how much of my income I can earn. I love the fact that I have freedom to come and go as I please, and I don't have to deal with dynamics of personalities of people intimidated because my gift making room for me, or my ability to be able to articulate, and people who are in position who don't have the skills. Right? So we know a lot of that happened, right?
Right.
So talk about how you transitioned from doing your release, and then you went into this entrepreneur space of creating the Mia Moss blinged out caps
Okay, so I when I got out of prison 2021, I went to a Christian halfway house in Austin. So I was taking out my whole environment of Houston. So I came, I worked there, and my dad ended up getting sick, so I came back to Houston. Okay, so this Meal Miles Bling Dot Caps. This is a hobby. This started out as a hobby, and the next thing you know, I mean, people are just ordering from everywhere. But I tried to start three other businesses, and I'm really I'm passionate about the justice system because like we get out, we serve our time. We do not when we get out, we thinking, okay, it's okay. I got a clean slate. I'm out. But when you go apply for a job, they still bringing that up.
Yeah,
You
right,
can't even get an apartment.
right.
It's so you have to create an opportunity.
Come on now.
So I started this, and I mean the response I got. Shout out to PEP, Prison Entrepreneurship Program. When I saw them, when they stepped into the prison, they just planted a seed that was already there. They planted something
So
in
they
me.
watered it.
They watered it.
They watered the seed.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they came in, I had tears in my eyes. I was just happy to see them. I'm like, because I had asked God, just I'm here. There's nothing I can do about it. Just send something that's for me.
Right. And that is so no, that is really so paramount and so relevant because there I don't know of any program in Houston nor across America. There may be one, but I don't know of any. Like a PEP, Prison Entrepreneurship Program, that are training returning citizens and certifying them and giving them a grant and also giving them a loan to start their business. Now, listen, I'm looking at this beautiful cap on your head. Check that out, y'all. That is so dope. That's a good looking cap. I like that cap. Now, talk about that. I mean, do you just kind of think and create different designs on it, or what do you do?
Okay.
I mean, you ain't got to get a secret sauce,
No, what I'm gonna say, I actually bling out the caps for the NFL, NBA, and my goal dream is to actually start a line of hats for the WNBA.
All right.
So that's what I started with. People that are fans of caps, they love their team. And when they say, just give me that, they don't even care.
Right.
But, I feel like all champions should be blinged out. When you work hard and you get to a point to where hey, I'm doing this. God has allowed me to do this. I feel like all champions should shine. So whether you're championing for the incarcerated population or the people that's released, shine when you do it. They're conversation starters. I mean, you can wear them and people, where did you get that? So I mean, yeah, I feel so. My goal was WNBA.
That's a good goal.
That's something I'm putting in the air because that's my ultimate goal is to actually design the caps for the winners.
Tillman, Fatita, I hope you're hearing this. Listen, we want to make an appeal. I'm a Houston citizen, and I'm requesting that you bring back the WNBA basketball team. We had one; they were champions. Bring them back, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every other state, this is the third largest state in the United States of America. We still growing. Why don't we have one? That come from, I endorse that message. Listen, you got some product right here. You got what you got here? The Houston, Texas, and
That's
you got
actually Cowboys.
Oh,
and this is the Texas.
Okay.
This is the Astros. This H-Town represent H-Town.
H-Town represent.
Right. So
Okay. All right. Okay.
If you all are interested, Mia Moss, you can go to my email, which is mtamia511 at gmail.com. Or you can call me at 346-406-9941.
Say it one more time. Slow.
346-406-9941.
And what's your email?
M as in Mary, Tamia, Tamia, at gmail.com.
Come on, you have it. You have it right there. You listen,
Our,
subscribe.
our Facebook,
Yeah.
or millmossbling.caps on Instagram.
Come on now. See, we there. She there. She represents. So listen, subscribe, go, call her, reach out to her, support her. Listen, you know what? The dollar only stays in our community less than 6 hours. And it's because we don't support each other. Come on, man. It's time to change the paradigm shift and start supporting each other. And those of you who are businesses who are being supported, provide quality customer service. Yeah. Listen, it's important that we do that. I think we spent something like $6 trillion in the ecosystem,
Yeah.
and it only stay in our community less than 6 hours. That's We can't fault anybody for that other than ourselves. Let's support her. Listen, I appreciate your vigor, your vitality, your will, your determination. I'm excited about anybody who goes into business, honestly. And I tell people all the time, you go to school, higher education, get degrees, and many times people with degrees still don't find work, nor do they get paid what they deserve, right?
Right.
And so, we got to start somewhere. We know how important it is to take care of our basic needs of housing, food, transportation, etc. But listen, you have a greater gift that's in you that you can attribute it to the world. And with these social media platforms, it allows you to do that. So let's talk about what are you doing for marketing? What are some of your marketing techniques that you're doing?
With the PP program, they're actually, I'm working with someone that's gonna help market.
Okay.
But all I do, I mean, I wear them.
Okay.
That's only, and then the word of mouth has gotten me a lot of business.
Sure.
So really, right now, I'm just doing the social media platforms and just I word of mouth.
Okay, word of mouth. Well, word of mouth is a awesome, one of the oldest marketing tools. And when you got a great product and you provide great service, uh, people do come and see you because and then your price is good for people that enjoy it. They will support you, and people will tell other people.
Right.
But not right now we have huge hedge fund companies who are investing in companies who have large databases, and they're buying up other small businesses. One thing I would say and encourage you to do is to build your business with a mindset that you would want somebody to want to buy your business, right?
Right.
And in order to do that, there are things that's very important to do, like having a system to identify your data, your contacts for retargeting. I'm going to say this and shout out to 500 Fortune Business Marketing and Consulting, who sponsored this event on today, who pointed out to us that everyone in Houston and then some people abroad heard of Turkey Leg Hut. Turkey Leg Hut had 25,000 people that they touched every week. That's 100,000 people a month. Times 12 months, that's 1.2 million people. But what Turkey Leg Hut did not have was a system that captured their customers' data, such as their phone number, their email, or even knew their birthdays, right? And so 500 Fortune is a company that helps businesses with a system to be able to capture information, send reminders, and retarget people, because it's less costly to retarget a customer or convert a customer than it is to acquire a new customer. So when you have a system that retargets person and you doing something else, and you at the ball game, or you with your family, you with your children spending time, you have a system that's saying, hello, how you doing? Meal Boss is here and we have caps available. We doing a discount. Hit this promotion code and you can get this. It's your birthday, it's your anniversary day. Good to know that your child day, right?
Gotcha.
Or email campaigns and SMS campaigns. So systems help you structure your business with an all-in-one, to now you can manage your life and your business more effective. right?
Okay.
And so with them, I'm gonna hook you up with them so that they can help you with that.
Gotcha.
But what you're doing is awesome. Cute little old pink bag right here. Yeah, the Mia Moss
Blinged
blinged out,
caps.
right? So
Blinged
my
out.
team is Kansas City.
Gotcha.
I don't do a lot of bling, so I'm real conservative with my bling because I don't want to blind people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I need you to keep that in mind,
I
all right?
got
Because that's my team.
you. Okay.
That's my team. So what else you want to share with us before we get out of here? I've had a great time with you, and listen, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Invite your friends. So what else you want to share with us,
I just want to.
Mia?
I thank God for the opportunity. I'm just happy to be here. Every day is a blessed day, and I
Yeah.
just thank you for inviting me. Thank you all, and I look forward to hearing from you all.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, listen. I remember hearing, and this is my motto. This is my philosophy. This is how I live every day. When you bring value to the world will pay you what you're worth. And the value that you brought today, I want to commend you for your courage, your boldness, because some people are shy about their past as though they don't have one.
Right.
And your boldness to be courageous enough to share with the world that, hey, listen, I fail. I failed many times, but I didn't let my failure stop me from moving forward. I hope that someone is encouraged, and I believe that someone will and is being encouraged who is listening to us right now. So for any woman you want to speak to right now, right? Because see, you have a greater purpose. And sometimes fire helps us shine brighter.
Right.
Talk to her, encourage her. She might be down right now. She might be contemplating suicide right now. But hopefully, your voice and what we're talking about may impact her to change her mind and decide to live.
Well,
Talk to her.
I would say this to you. I don't care if it's abuse. I don't care if it's drug addiction. I don't care what it is. Man, just drop down on your knees and you ask God. And I was one of those people that I didn't think He was hearing me. You know, I'm not saying everything is perfect, but what He will do, them prayers that you think are not getting answered, they eventually started. He eventually heard and just get up. I don't care how many times you fall, get up and do it again. Keep doing it. And God will send different people. He will send people to just help you. It's like you can be thinking of something one day and next thing you know, that person is there like, God put something on my spirit. Or, they can say something that they don't even know that you were even praying about or crying about. God works is not always about, a divine voice coming down and saying, oh, do this. Sometimes it's in the
Use
voice of
people.
somebody that you might not even talk to. So that's how God speaks to you. So I'm telling you, get up, try, and don't ever give up. Don't
Yeah.
ever give up because God got you.
Come on now. Listen, that's dope right there, man. Listen, I felt all of that. I hope that you felt it. And listen, I just want to empower you, man, because we know that, it's a struggle. We know that there are sometimes setbacks. And I dare not talk about my fears. It's not about me today. It's about this beautiful queen right here who's talked about it. Give them your information one more time, Miss Mia Moss.
It's Mia Moss, blinged out caps. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Mia Moss, and my email is mtamia, mtamia 511 at gmail.com.
Hey,
And my number is 346-406-9941.
so you heard it yourself, right from the Queen's mouth. Subscribe that button, share with your friends, and share this with your friends. Okay, I'm gonna send you our link so that everybody can tie into the show and they can hear what we talked about and chopped it up. Hey, until next time, we thank you for joining us here at the Business Showcase Drip. Hopefully, some nuggets have been dripped on you that's empower you to win, because all we do is win, win, win. Until
Right.
next time, peace out, man. We love you, and nothing you can do
Bye.
about it.